Hello everyone, welcome to Scorpion Society Gaming. This is K-Bar, and welcome to our brand new Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Now this will be somewhat of a blind Let's Play. I played this for first hour or so of gameplay, but I got past the tutorial and through the first little town area, but apart from that, I have nothing, brand new, no continue button or anything. Brand new computer, brand new saves. Let's get this going. Let's do normal. You can do, easy, normal, hard, expert, or Path of the Damned. But, expert mode disables a number of helper features in the game. And Trial of Thorns, I think it's one save file. Yeah. Once you save, there is no going back. There is no multiple saves, and it's going back and making different decisions. Alright, let's go. I think this will be the more or less the character creation process, and maybe I'll try and get through to the first town. I'll see what happens. I'm not super experienced with C RPGs like this. I mean, I've dabbled in the Baldur's Gate and the Neverwinter series, but in the old D&D stuff, what is it? Pre Baldur's Gate. I cannot remember those names. Icewind Dale and stuff like that.
Starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern is only protection against the approaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Well, that sucks for us. Not even started the game and we're already having stuff happen to us. This seems slightly unfair. Alright, male or female? Male or female? I think I'm gonna go with a male. Okay. I am a masculine person, or at least I like to think I am. Alright, let's see, we got, 6 different races? We got human, a Mao, humans are regular, humans, run-of-the-mill, nothing super special, but they're probably, humans in my experience in any kind of RPGs, they're the, jack of all trades, they're good at everything and masters of none, kind of thing. Was it Ao Mao? However you pronounce that name. They're ocean folk, not mermaids or anything, but this says they have an affinity for the water. They like being by it and everything. They look sturdy. They look like they can be good warriors. Whatnot. Dwarfs and elves, standard fantasy affair. Orlan, they're your halflings, I don't know if you call it a hobbit per se, but they're your halflings, they're your short people. Then you got godlikes. Godlikes, from what I've read and what I've seen, they've been quote unquote blessed by powers, and depending on where they are and what kind of powers they're blessed with, it depends on whether they're looked upon with respect and reverence or shame and fear, kind of thing. And I may do a godlike playthrough. Sure, let's do a godlike playthrough. And no matter what you pick, you can get different I don't know how you I guess, yeah, sub race is a good way to put it. Different starting characteristics, different skin types, just a little bit more to your background. So I'm gonna go godlike, death, fire, moon, and nature. And as you can see, it all changes my appearance. But I think I'm gonna go with death because I like his little passive. When death godlikes attacks an enemy with 25% or less endurance, their damage is increased. Not saying the other ones are bad. Like this one, he does damage or in an AoE around him when he drops below half health. This one, every encounter when reduced to ever decreasing increments of health or is endurance, he generates waves of healing moonlight that restores endurance to them and their allies. Actually, that's not that bad. I don't know. Death or moon? This is actually a choice. I thought I was set on death, but set on death. Actually, let's do a moon one. Okay. Body type. Oh, okay, I got you. Let's do him because I want him like a tanky kind of. Actually, not a fighter. I might do a barbarian. Like my first playthrough, I did a cipher and they were really really cool. I might do a paladin. I like pallies. I like them in WoW. The Bubble Masters. I had a paladin on Alliance. They were like a human female, and their name was Bubbly Puff, and it was the best thing ever. Paladin order. Okay, I haven't read this yet, so bear with me. I'm just gonna skim through it real quick. Favorite disposition: cruel, aggressive. Despair disposition: benevolent, diplomatic. No, I do not want that. I wanna have a somewhat of a decent playthrough. Passionate and clever, cruel and stoic. And I might do that one. Rational and stoic, passionate and aggressive. Benevolent, passionate, deceptive, and cruel. Like what kind of kind do I want to be? I kind of want to be like the anti-hero. Like he does stuff for righteousness and good, but he does it in his own way, kind of thing. I want to go with the passionate and clever. Like he may be able to smooth talk his way through things and handle certain situations in a out of the ordinary kind of way. Okay, let's do that one. Do I gotta pick one? Oh man. Alright, let's see. Flames of Devotion calls upon the paladin's inner fire, causing their equipped weapon to burst into flames and adding. Ooh, that's a nice. Fueled solely by belief, the paladin is able to heal with the. See, I mean, I want to be the damage dealing paladin that may heal, that does damage also while healing. I don't want to have a straight up just heal. I already have my passive that restores endurance when I. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Flames of Devotion. Okay. So the stars, they'll change with whatever class you pick. The silver stars denote somewhat important stats, and the gold stars indicate very important stats. So I'm going to see resolved. It's concentration and willpower, so we'll throw a few points in that. I want might to be up because I do want to be hand to hand. Throw a couple in constitution because of health. And throw one into intellect. Yeah, that looks good. I could be doing this completely wrong, but you know what? I'm not a perfectionist. I'm just out here to have a good time and play. Alright, culture. What was the one that I needed the most of? Perception and resolve. Okay, because each one of these gives you something. The white that wins. Large cracks are than the expense of polar ice. Do I want the two-hand? No, that's not a two-hander. That's just almost like a hand and a half sword. Which is ironic because I have a hand and a half, and if So you don't know what's going on with me. I have what's called Poland syndrome, and like my right hand is about like a quarter smaller than my left hand, so it's a hand and a half sword. It's perfect for me. I'm probably gonna go with him. I like having a sword and board. That's probably what I'm gonna go through. Either sword and board or straight up two-handed weapons. Background. This will give you a stat that's not like a primary stat, like lore, mechanics, survival, athletics, and mechanics, stuff like that. I think I'm gonna be. I want something with lore. Let's do merchant. Let's just do mercenary. I like the athletics and lore. Okay. Primary colors. Let's throw out some red or blues. I know this will sound like effeminate, but I'm gonna pick something that kind of goes with my. Ooh, that's purty. I'm gonna go with that one though. Then secondary color we'll have like. Maybe like a shade of gray. Alright. And we can pick different head styles. That looks kind of super intimidating. In like a Joker-esque fashion with the face paint. See, I like it, but I don't like the. I think I'm gonna go with that one. I like the. It's like a horns. It's intimidating, but it's not the stereotypical horns because they come across your face and that forehead and the X. So let's go with that one. And is that gonna be the closest thing I have to a portrait? That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna go with that one because minus the hair and lack of horns, it's like the closest one, and it's gonna bother me if it's not.
Leading the way.
Time to see and not be seen.
Yes, I shall lead us. Let's go.
Let's go with stoic. Enter name. Let's go with K bar. Accept. He looks nice. I like it. He's got hair and then he's got mystical hair. Alright, let's go. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rock, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. Let's see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He nods in your direction. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where'd I find the berries?
A bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
That's good to know. Alright, what are these ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonpoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonpoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Okay. Oh, and that's another thing. It's kind of like the BioWare sense of dialogue options, to where your, like it says right here, your sex attributes and everything else may lend to more dialogue options, just depending on how your character is at the time. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Okay.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Alright, who did build these ruins then?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
And just so I asked everything, is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowulf, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
Be awake. What a name.
Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. If you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with me. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Even though you just said
Good,
that
man.
we shouldn't go
Let's
out
get
there,
going
but
before
okay.
we keel over.
Alright.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Let's go look at this guy. What he's got for sale. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Got a whole wagon full of goods to sell. Not enough shirts for the road.
I feel you there. I feel you there. I hate it when I go on road trips and I don't pack enough shirts because I keep getting in fights with people with swords. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Let me see your wares. Okay. How much money do I have right now? Go away. Where is... Alright, I believe that's my money right there. I have 100 copper pieces. And... Actually, first and foremost, let me see what I have. I have a regular one-handed sword. I'm going to equip this. Oh, it's a piglet. Does it do anything? Oh my god, I can have a piglet running around with me? This game just got so much cooler. Alright, let's see. My weapon stats are 12 to 17 slash pierce versus deflection.
Something
So,
else you need?
I must have like a battle axe. I did not, well, let's see. 12 to 17 slash bonus crit damage. Okay. You got a better spear for, I mean not a better spear, better spear. Better shield. I have a regular medium heater shield. And what does she have? She's got a battle axe and a torch. That's enough for now.
Sure.
Piglet! Oh my god! I did not know I could get like an ethereal looking piglet. Can I control him? Does he follow me? Oh, I'm in slow motion mode. I knew that. Okay, let's go. What is this guy? Oh, this is Sparful.
Soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Well, that's good to know. Actually, it is going everywhere all the time. You know, not to be technical or anything. Streams are always going somewhere. Alright, combat. Combat can be paused with a space bar. Space, space. Okay. Clicking on each individual character will open up a menu with their skills, your attacks, and everything they can do. So let's go ahead and do Flames of Devotion. And click on her. And now just have her attack. Let's go. Oh yeah, it pauses as soon as like the first like hit is delivered. Sweet.
Sure.
Good job.
This is it.
Let me get my spring berries on. You look like you've seen your share of action. What'd you do before you came out here? Well, you know, not to brag or anything, but I was definitely a war veteran. Yeah, how is it you happen to come out here? Oh, let's see. I like to think, I mean, I always tend to downplay my own abilities, so I feel like this is what I would pick. You know, fought by people fought beside people that were far better than me, but somehow I was the one to make it out. Some things just aren't in the stars, and there's no changing it. Makes you wonder if the gods like putting us in situations that can't be resolved, just to see what we do. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of us? I haven't given it much thought, to be honest with you. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. Oh, hopeless romantic, hoping to fall in love with somebody. Star-crossed lovers, on two completely separate journeys, intertwined at one critical moment. Getting into trouble, I expect. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Completely spontaneous, huh? Interesting. Well, there's probably no hurry to make up your mind. They've got an inn in Gilded Vale that'll put you up as long as you need. Or so my sister tells me. Oh, are we going to get with your sister too? Like, is your sister going to put us up? Is that what you're into? I'm sorry, like... Alright, let's go back to the game. Blah. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odima will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Wait, well, hold on. You can tell me about... You can ask about me, but I can't ask about you. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Direwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rautai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. Okay, why are you here though? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out of here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Exemaltal. Zimatal? Yeah, I'll go with Zimatal. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Odima, I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Alright, you know what? Let's just get out of here. And just so everyone knows, I'm going to try to keep these episodes somewhere in the 30-minute range. I mean, give or take, depending on the situation and what we're doing at the time. But I'm going to try and keep in the 25 to 30-minute range, just for convenience sake. Yeah, I'm going to come back up. We had to go back up here for the string berries for the tea. I am such a derp, aren't I? I bought this axe and didn't even equip it. Actually, let's go sell this real quick.
Something else you need?
Let's sell this. And do you have any like armor? 300 and hell, that's out of my price range. Okay, I got 80. Do I want to do a sword and board, or do I guess I should do sword and board. No, since I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna make use of his passive and do a two-handed build for the sake of I can do more damage, and I don't want to like not take damage, because if I take damage and get myself below the certain threshold, I'll radiate healing powers.
Something else you need?
So let's go with like a two-handed warrior kind of balls to the wall kind of deal. So do I want to do double axes and go all I can't do double axes. I want to buy a sword for her and just give her the sword and take her sword, or take her axe from her. Give me your axe, and then I will give you the sword. And honestly, yeah, I guess you can have a torch. It burns people.
Yeah, right.
Gotta come back here and talk to him, I think.
Still waiting on Sparfell, which means he's ignored me again. If I'd known he wanted to slow us down, I'd have just tied him to the back of the wagon and dragged him.
That's nice.
Sorry, you want your water, you better go find him. He's got all the skins.
Well,
Shit, come on, let's go look for him.
that's my thoughts exactly. I gotta go babysit everybody, and every single RPG, you know what, they can't get stuff done on their own. They either need us to hold their hand, or just need us to do it for them altogether. I want an RPG to where I'm like the NPC, and like I just tell people to do stuff for me. Dear, come back here. Oh yeah, you can hold tab, and it'll show up everything that you can like loot or interact with, which I will be doing a lot. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but I like getting stuff. The corpse is cold. I'm gonna go back and like what that thing said back there. It says the corpse is cold to the touch. You can read down here. And a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark crust of bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing.
What a surprise. Sparkle went hunting.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness in his gait, a spastic wobble in his ordinarily deft strides as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparkle, are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Ambush. So that's like the worst kind of bush. It's all thorny and full of arrows. All right, let's have you go deal with him. And I know it's not the best idea to split them up, but I think if it's just two people, it would be all right. Did you not take him down? Okay. I am a derp again. Did I? No, I quit the double axes. Okay. I just didn't see it. There we go. And now you can attack him like you already were going to go to. Man, I love my little payload walking around just following me, watching me dismember people and, you know, eviscerate people. He's like, I'm just going to graze some grass while you cut these people open. It's more fertilizer for the grass that I like to eat. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Man, this music is awesome too. Actually, first and foremost, I want you to go and knock him down, and I will take This guy. No, did you not listen to me? Knock down that guy. Good job. And I got knocked down too. That's not good. Why am I still down? If you haven't noticed, there's 2 different types of health bars, and if I remember correctly, your this right here, your portrait health, like the portrait right there, is your health. Like if that goes down, you die. But if the green goes down, the green is your endurance. That's like your stamina. If that goes down, you just get knocked out. So it's kind of cool how they have 2 different health bars. Okay. We're gonna get all the lootables. Is that better than what we have right now? What armor do we have? I don't know. It's not. We have a breastplate, and this is just hide armor. Okay. Come on, pig. What should our pig name be? We're gonna side table that for later. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy on the blood-damp earth. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away the horror like a poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs as they prepare to add you to the sprawling pile beneath them. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heodin, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. See, this is a perfect example of the lore. You know, the ruins have been sullied by our hands, men of Glanfith. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. I see them. The might is not met. Let's do. I'm gonna go with lore again. I like talking my way out of stuff if I absolutely can. Judging by the string of the animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heodin winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what a Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength. You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did. Just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heodin the moment he needs to dodge out of the swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Man, he's got some anger issues. He needs to go see a counselor or something, man. That's just misdirected anger.
What you need?
And what can you do? You can blinding strike. Yeah. All right, go.
How can I help?
Get out of the combat area is what you can do, Heodin. No, Heodin, go over here. Whatever. Just. Oh, he exploded into the giblets that I'm always talking about. Those are giblets. The meaty goodness of everything. That's what the people are made of. They're made of juicy giblets. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tins like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin like a GD beginning to succumb to the surge of a great wave, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Adima's body stirs, and with a great effort, he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
You don't have to tell me twice. Granted, I did kind of want to look through all the bodies and, pillage them. Well, I guess I didn't do the pillaging. I would do the plundering that they did, that they were going to do. But it is what it is. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. I mean, I hate the fact of throwing my weapon. I mean, I believe wresting free from the attacker's grip, Hayoden lands a blow that sends the assailant reeling and makes a mad dash for the ledge upon which you stand. Suddenly, as he reaches for the rock face, his body jerks back and is rigid, as though it were a bow being strung. His shrieks of pain grow panic, abandon of all restraint, like someone tethered to a stake instead of flame. A slender wisp of spectral light emerges from his back, raising out of him like smoke before separating itself and disappearing into the other. All at once the screams stop, and Hayoden is dead. There is a deep resonance to the wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. That's actually interesting. Last time I played through, I didn't throw my weapon and he survived. I wonder if that's just like, random number generator just doing its own thing, or
We should be dead. We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
oh, that's actually really cool that it does that. Like, was not expecting it to happen. Last time I didn't throw my weapon and he survived. Okay. But anyway, it has been far too long. Well, not far too long. It's only been a little over the time limit that I wanted to set for myself. So thank you for joining me here at Scorpion Society Gaming. This has been K-Bar and our Pillars of Eternity playthrough. I'm having a blast with what I've seen so far, and I hope you are too. If you have any suggestions and comments or criticisms for the way I play, or what you want me to do, how you want me to play, all that good stuff, just leave a comment below, or, whatever. Do or don't. It's your call. You have a fantastic day, and I will see everyone later.